Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of I'll Call My Guy. I did say, and we had to retake I Got a Guy, which, is somebody else's trademark. Ours is I'll Call My Guy. Because my friend yesterday, literally, I was looking at it at 4 o'clock this morning. She went to some Italian festival and sent me a picture of a t-shirt that says, I got a guy. And of course, we didn't have I Got a Guy, but it's I'll Call My Guy. And guy is a gender neutral term, like my person. And the concept being that I like to focus on relationships and meeting new people and learning about them. Anyhow, so we have Jordan Polon here, and one of the things I have to talk to you about, but we'll get to it, is that you have a pyrotechnics license.
I do.
One of the only women to have one.
I don't have it anymore, but at the time when I held the pyrotechnics license, I was one of 3 women in Massachusetts to have one.
Did you ever meet them? Like go out for a beer or something?
No, it was it wasn't. I wasn't like, I want to have a pyrotechnics license.
No, you were at Six Flags.
Yeah, I was right. It came to me as part of my job. But I had to apprentice for several years, and there is a very rigorous testing.
Oh, it's a serious business.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Right,
it absolutely is.
There's something in the law called when you talk about negligence and liability called strict liability. Mm-hmm. So certain things are strict liability, like a dog. If a dog bites you, you don't have to prove that the person was negligent. It's just you owe the money. It's the question is how much. The other one is explosives. And the other one is like a wild animal. So if you have a tiger or something and then the tiger gets loose, and it bites somebody, it's not like, I had it contained and it broke out. It's an accident. I'm not negligent. You're just on the hook. And explosives are one of those things. So anything that happens, you're on the hook.
It's not a fireworks license. It was proximate special effects. So it's not the big fireworks. It's just the thing that looks like the big fireworks, but it is, whereas in traditional fireworks, you have to be about 300 feet away from somebody to be able to set them off. In proximate fireworks, they can be detonated from somebody's body. This is like if I had a metal
cover band and I wanted some pyrotechnics when I came out or something.
So they have to be a minimum of 15 feet away from the audience or 15 feet self-extinguishing above someone's head. But for the people who are in the show, they can be on their body. So it's terrifying when you're the person who's in charge of doing that. So
are these like the fireworks you can buy at Costco, kind of stuff?
No.
More
this is I mean, it's so during the period of time when I had the license, I couldn't go anywhere at the 4th of July because if somebody was purchasing something from a different state and they were lighting them off in their backyard, I had to leave because it was because I was worried about jeopardizing my license, right? Because I am now there as someone who
you're almost endorsing it,
right?
Yeah, so they bring out the M80s,
so I'd be like, and I thank you so much.
I'll see myself out. Oh my gosh! All right, so now you are what is your executive director of the Hartford
Business Improvement District,
HBID?
Yes,
is that what you call it?
We go back and forth. Hartford, but the bid is primarily what people.
All right, so I need to figure out how you landed here. So where did you grow up?
So I grew up. I was born in Massachusetts. Okay. We moved to Connecticut first grade, so effectively here.
Okay, right.
So I grew up in Avon.
Okay.
And my passion is
Did you go to Pine Grove School?
Towpath.
Towpath.
Yeah. So Pine Grove didn't
not
exist.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I went to Towpath.
Because we live in Unionville on the Avon line, and I pass when I cut through Thompson Road. I cut through and I see Pine Grove every day.
Yeah, Towpath was an older school. I think
I wasn't going to say, did you go to the one-room school?
I mean, you're not that old. A little bit, but no. So I grew up in Avon, and then in high school, I went half-time to Avon. I did bioacademics in the morning, and then I did the half-day. I went to the Greater Hartford Academy of the Performing Arts at that point.
Oh, that's right. I did see something about you're a theater kid.
Yes, absolutely. And I am currently raising a theater kid. And
oh my God! All right, we need to talk. We need to take a little thing. Who was the wonderful woman? I'm not good with names.
It's Cynthia Ryder. I saw her. I watched a little clip of that. She's awesome.
We talked a lot. I'm a theater person. I wasn't a theater kid. I should have been. I was in one show. I was the butcher and Fiddler on the Roof. Awesome. And people told me I should have gone into it. Instead, I'm a divorce lawyer. But I have a son who's been to 110 shows. He's about 10 years old. So we go all the time. We sing in the car. We do the whole thing.
Love it.
And we're trying to get Leslie Odom tickets for Hamilton, but they're $1,000 a piece.
Oh, there's a lot of theater I want. Because of my age, I would very much like to see Bill and Ted be the actors in Waiting for Godot, but there is no way I'm spending that money on those
crazy.
Tickets.
And Elise in our office is, she's single without kids, so she does everything she wants. So she's in New York. She's seen 40 shows so far this year. Yeah. She's seen every iteration of Oh Mary. She's done.
Oh, so okay. I mean, we could talk about this for 10 years. We went. My kid was obsessed with Cola Scola. And so we went and saw them right before the end of their
you
run.
saw Cole there?
Yes.
Oh.
And then we did the stage door, and everybody was so nice. So Elle got to meet every single person in the cast.
Oh, that's so funny.
Has this great picture with Cole, and it was awesome.
But you were a theater kid yourself,
yes,
right?
absolutely.
So this makes sense because I talked about this. I don't know if it was with her or with my friend Casey. There's a guy in West Hartford who I represented, who was the monkey in Wicked traveling.
Okay.
So he's the theater kid. We talked about this, and I always said like to employers, here's a tip. You want to hire somebody and you're between 5 people, one's a theater kid, hire the theater kid.
100%.
100%.
Absolutely.
Because they can work, they can work under pressure, they can work with tight budgets, they can listen, they can show up early, they can work late, they're like, sight unseen.
Absolutely.
Sight unseen, hire the theater kid. So you're doing the theater stuff. What were the shows that you would perform in high school?
So in high school, like high school reviews and things like that.
Anyone of note?
I mean, again, most of them were through the performing arts high school. Right. So I'm trying to think. I think that I did Vanities when I was in college. And
where'd you go to college?
When I graduated from high school, I did not want to go to college. Okay. I wanted to move to New York City and be an actress. And I talked to my parents about it, and they said just 1 year. Just go for a year so that you can try it, for sure.
Smart.
And so I went for a year to UMass Amherst. Okay. And I was absolutely right. That path was not for me. Right. So I dropped out of college at 19 and I moved to New York City, started taking classes at the HB Studios and working at a documentary film company in Tribeca and waitressing. Wow. And so I met there was a person I was waitressing with who was doing a play and they needed a stage manager. And she said, have you ever done this? I said, no, but I directed one play when I was in high school, and I'm organized, so let me try it. And that was the beginning of my lifelong career. Like stage managing was the best fit.
By the way, you do have a stage manager vibe.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I mean that with
you should see all of the things that are in my purse right now.
Because you get stuff done, you're effective.
Things.
Right,
yes.
That's right. I mean, you're and that's why I think it's a good role for you because you're like a project manager. You can go in and say, "All right, I got to manage all these different personalities." Like, you know how to herd feral cats.
You trade actors for politicians. Like
Correct.
They are very similar jobs.
Right, and it's like you're herding feral cats sometimes.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of different right, exactly. Where somebody comes in and says, we need you to build a 200-foot replica of the Statue of Liberty made entirely of mirrors and cheese, and you say, okay,
like I got it.
I'll be right back.
Well, but also, and let's get to this afterwards. I'll call my guy.
Yeah,
right, because you build those relationships. Like who's the guy who can build
your
this?
network is everything.
Right, I know a guy who can build anything. Like I'm gonna bring him in because for the weekend, and he's gonna fashion this, or I know the best choreographer, whatever. That you could deal with all that. But so was it a typical childhood? Both parents intact? Do you have any siblings?
I have a younger brother, 2 years, 9 months younger. We both went to the performing arts high school together. Both. I mean, my parents have divorced since then. But,
right. But who exposed you to the theater as a kid?
They both did.
They both did. Were they theater people too?
Not necessarily theater people, although they both were very interested in theater. Okay. My mom is an artist. My dad now is in commercial real estate, retiring from commercial real estate. But when I was a child, they were arts and antique dealers and appraisers. My mom was making and designing jewelry. Okay. So my mom had a very intense arts background, and their passion for antiques and just the arts in general. So we just went to a lot of theater. So my dad used to do the charity auctions for the Hartford stage. Okay. And as part of his in-kind payment for those services, they got season tickets to everything. So we went to everything that the Hartford stage did from, I think I was in 6th grade the first time I saw a show there.
First show, what was your first show?
Hedda Gabler. At the Hartford stage was Hedda Gabler.
Okay. How about Broadway musical first show? My
first show was the Tap Dance Kid.
Okay.
But the 2 shows that probably from my kid experiences, seeing Little Shop of Horrors with... It wasn't the original cast, but it was an early cast at the Orpheum. Okay. And then I did get to see the original Broadway cast of Into the Woods, which still remains one of my... so it's Bernadette Peters and Robert Westenberg. Like, it was just spectacular.
Royalty. Broadway royalty. Yeah.
Absolutely. And now, again, I've introduced it to my kid, and so now we're singing Agony in the car, and it's super fun.
Oh my gosh! So that's where you sort of got that. Your parents brought you to the city. You saw these shows. I mean, that's one of the beauties of living here is
so great.
The proximity to New York. So that's where you now in terms of of your life. Obviously, you lived in New York. You've seen a lot. What are your top 3 musicals or top 5 if you can't do top 3? And you don't have to do it in any order.
I went through a very long span of time where I think I really burnt out. Like this is everything to me as a child. And so, very into it. And then I went on a trip in my 20s and we saw 3 musicals in one weekend. I don't remember what the third one is, but one of them was Chicago with Bebe Neuwirth and the other one was Titanic the musical. And I think Titanic broke me. And I was like, no, I am done with this. I can't, nope, that was too far. And so for a little while.
I get it.
I mean... Some things don't have to be.
Yeah, you don't have to make it a musical.
It's okay.
But now, but what?
So now, Into the Woods is definitely one of my favorites. What else? I still love the music from Godspell, from watching friends do it. I think when I was younger.
Okay.
What did we sing? Oh my gosh! Next to Normal. We saw recently. The UK Pro Shot is on PBS right now, and if you have not seen that musical,
I have not. What's it again?
It's called Next to Normal.
Next to Normal.
It is, it's a really, really beautiful musical about mental health. And the music is beautiful. The acting is extraordinary. Wow. I mean, really and truly extraordinary.
It's in New York now?
No, this is a pro shot that they did that's available to watch at home on PBS if you're a subscriber. Yeah. But I would recommend it to anybody. Wow. It is so gorgeous.
Wow. Okay. How about any of sort of the bigger ones? Can we agree that Cats is trash?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it. So, to be fair, I don't know. And T.S. Eliot is amazing. So
but the adaptation's awful. We're big Les Mis people.
Yep. I saw it on Broadway, and then I took
it doesn't miss.
Yeah, you can't, you have to go see it.
You gotta see Les Mis. I took my son recently in the West End in London. We were there for some soccer stuff. We went to Phantom. And it's, Phantom.
I've never seen Phantom.
Oh, it's good. It's really well done. He loved it. And then, of course, Hamilton.
Only saw it on TV during the pandemic.
It's now we're going to the sing-along tonight, I think, at the movie theater.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, we've been to Hamilton 10 times.
Holy hell.
Les Mis 9 or 10.
All right.
So, yeah, they love that, Hamilton. He also loved the Cher show.
Okay.
Which was really good. And I think the best adaptation was, there's a couple, Jersey Boys. I love Jersey Boys.
I had a friend who worked on the hair for that.
Oh, yeah. It was a great show. And then also the one that was awesome was the Tina Turner.
We did not see that one. I wanted to see Tommy when it came back through, but I didn't. I missed it.
That was good. Tina Turner and it was just like a Tina Turner concert. And then what was the other one we liked?
She was my first big arena show. Actually, was Tina Turner on her private dancer tour at the Civic Center.
I'm thinking of the other. Mrs. Doubtfire, which you think the movie's perfect. It's a perfect movie. And the guy who plays him is like a Robin Williams impersonator. It was
we didn't see that. We did see Tootsie, which I liked.
Oh yeah, Tootsie was good. Yeah. So and we're subscribers at the Goodspeed and at the Bushnell.
I'm looking forward to Chorus Line.
Yeah, Chorus Line. We're going a couple weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
this year, Elle's first show was Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Okay.
And then we've seen this year we went to see Pirates the Penzance musical because we really wanted to see Jinx Monsoon and Oh Mary, and then we just went in the other day and got rush tickets to the Ginger Twinsies at the Orpheum.
Wow.
It's like a 90-minute SNL sketch. It is a parody of The Parent Trap, but like specifically the what is it? The Lindsay Lohan version. It was so weird, but it was really fun.
Really good.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so nice that you have that. You still keep that an exposure. Your child is acting.
Yeah, musical theater at the Performing Arts High School.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah. All right, so the legacy continues.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so you then So you then did the 1 year. You then head to New York, and then how long are you in New York for?
I was in New York effectively during the same span of time that everyone else I knew was in college. So
20 to 23.
Yeah. So I think I moved back to this area. Yeah, it was about 23
so
years
you did
old.
4 years there.
Yeah. About three and a half years.
Okay. And so you come back and what do? Do you go to work?
So I came back because I had an apartment fire. So I'm living in New York City. I lived there for a year and a half. Freak accident, electrical storm. I'd left a fan running. All of the things come together. We lose everything we own in an apartment fire.
Oh. By we, you and your roommate?
Oh, my roommate, yeah. But I stayed in New York for another, almost 2 years doing short-term shares and sublets. And at like that 3 and change year mark, I was still working in theater and at this pizza restaurant on the Upper West Side. And I think it was just too much. People were pegging my age at like 30 and 35. And I was 23. It was just, so I thought, you know what? I think I need a little rest. I think I need a break. And I moved home with the full intention of I was going to raise some money and I was going to get right back to New York City as soon as possible. And the longer I stayed here, I just, I really fell in love with this area with that sort of new lens of having been in a big city. And not that, I mean, I love cities in general. It is so much of what I do for my job. And I'm really passionate about just urban spaces, but I could afford to do things and my social life improved. It was significantly easier, but there was a point in time when I realized that I wasn't looking towards leaving anymore. I was really just building this incredible life here in this town that I never thought I wanted to be in.
You're with the parents?
No, I had moved to Hartford when I came back
home.
Oh, you
did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you moved to Hartford, but your parents are still here.
So my father lives in Middle Haddam.
Oh, okay.
And then my mom lives a half a mile away from me in Windsor.
No, right, but I mean, like they
oh yeah, they did. Yes, I mean they did.
Then when you came back at 23.
When I came back at 23, I moved in with my mom in the West End of Hartford.
Okay,
so she and I lived together for a little while until I moved into my own place.
Okay, so you're there. And what kind of work do you pick up doing? Do you do waitressing because that's the fastest?
So, no, actually, as it turns out, when I moved back here, what did I do right when I worked at a cosmetics counter for a little bit because I'd done some stage makeup work when I was in New York. But then I actually ended up working in hair salons. I worked in this building, actually.
Really?
There used to be a hair salon around the side of the building. And I washed hair and I answered phones. And I will still sometimes now be in meetings with people and I will be sitting across the table and I'll be looking at them and saying, I washed your hair once it's.
Oh my God, you have a good memory.
It's super weird. But you're attached to their names, and so I did that instead.
So you did that, and that's from the time you're 23. For how long do you do that?
So let's see. I did that for a couple of years. I got involved relatively close to when I moved back home with. There was a large-scale event, Haunted Happenings, at the G. Fox building at the time, under Arnold Chase. And so I got a job there because one of the things I'd done in New York was I worked for a theater company that exclusively did shows that were dedicated to horror or the occult or the supernatural. And so I come back here. My brother was working at the haunted house, and I'd had some props that I had created for some of our shows that he sort of co-opted and brought to the haunted house. Arnold Chase really liked them, brought me in, and I ended up stage managing Haunted Happenings in Winter Wonderland for a year, and then did the same thing with a different company the following year, and then Six Flags, and then
that's when you get the Six Flags, right?
That's when I got the Six Flags gig. Right. So I was Batman's boss for several years at the Batman Thrill Spectacular, and then you were in charge of the pyrotechnics there.
Yes. Was that the show they put on?
Yes. Spectacular. We did it it was the opening year of Six Flags. So it was
what year is it?
2000.
Okay.
So it was the transition year from Riverside for people who grew up around here.
Riverside.
To Six Flags.
I grew up around here.
So I started there. I did 2000, 2001, and 2002 as the stage manager of the stunt show. And there was a different pyrotechnics person who used to come in and oversee. And I learned from him, and I did my apprenticeship with him, and then took my pyro test.
Where do you go take that test, by the way?
In Massachusetts, Stowe, Massachusetts, at the fire marshal's office. There's not a lot of people who do this work in general.
No, I'm going to say the guy had to dust off the test.
Well, so you in the early days of pyrotechnics in Massachusetts, you take the test once and you have a license forever. And then after the station fire, they changed the legislation. So now I don't know how often you do it now, but after that, you had to go and retest every year or 2 years.
So let's talk about the station fire. You should hear about this. So there was a club in Rhode Island, and they had a heavy metal group of some kind, and it was a theater.
It's like a hair band,
and the ceilings and the drapes, they were like coated with creosote, like awful.
Yeah, everything.
And they did everything wrong.
Everything wrong.
And they set off these things, and then you could see the video, and of course there's not enough egress there, and this thing, I mean, it engulfs the place.
It was horrifying.
And you could see the video from inside. And then people are trying to get out, and there's video of people stacked like cordwood, falling over, trampling each other, and over 150 people died.
It was awful, yeah.
Awful. And people went to jail for it.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare, and there's huge liability and it was awful, and hundreds of people died.
And so there was a lot of pushback, I think, from people who had those licenses about it, but I thought it was a great idea. I mean, I'm a rule follower, very stringently. So the fact that you had to keep retesting and you had to keep your craft strong, it's
a thing that comes up, just to go down a quick rabbit hole on here, is like we always talk about like with lawyers. It's crazy to me. We have no apprenticeship, right? So you take the bar, and if you could just take the test and get a D- on it, you're a lawyer that can do a murder trial the next day.
Yeah.
Right. And there's nobody that's ever looked at you like for any core competencies. So like even like a doctor, when you meet a doctor, they have a core competency, because for at least 4 years past medical school, somebody
watched them be
somebody
a doctor,
watched them and said, hey, maybe you don't got what it takes, or you can improve here. So there's a level of core with a lawyer. You do not know what you're going to get. I always tell this to people, like we are not equal. There's lawyers, we go into the courtroom, and one of them could be an NBA player, and the other one could be a guy who plays intramurals on Monday night with a bad knee.
Cool.
And they have this exact same rights in there. So I tell people
that's a terrifying thought.
It's terrifying, and people don't realize this. And so people are come consult with me, and I always say to them, like, listen, you don't have to pick me, but if you're not going to pick me, make sure you're picking one of these 6 people.
Okay.
Besides me.
Yeah.
Nobody else, because that guy does 10 different things and he's no good. Mm-hmm. But if these other 6 people, if I lose to them, I'm okay with it. But at least I know you're getting good representation, because there's a core level of competency that because these people have honed their skills and all of that. But so that's to me I do like the continuing legal education, and there's a test, and we want people to be safe.
I mean, I don't know what the bar is like, but I know that when you take this test, it's 30 questions. So it's a very small test, but it is 30 questions that come from the NFPA standards 1123, 1124, 1126 incorporated by reference. And the stack of stuff that you have to know going in, because you could have 30 questions on these national fire protection standards. It could be anything.
And it's not open book.
No.
Right.
No, you absolutely have to know.
Look, I mean, you have people's lives in your hands.
100%.
So you got to know.
Absolutely.
And we want people to be have a level of proficiency that's there. And so there's a big push in the bar to some states to get rid of the testing, but have that you have to be supervised for a period of time, and then somebody who's been doing it 25 plus years signs off on it and says this she's ready.
Very similar.
Which again, memorization is one thing, but being able to think critically is important. So all right, so I could see so then you at some point you finish up with Riverside, as we called it growing up, Six Flags, and where do you go after that? You make your way back to Hartford?
So I'd been living in Hartford that entire time. I can't remember exactly what the specific jump was, but I knew I wanted to do something that had a little more sort of long-term stability. I think I was tired, even though I loved stage managing, of always looking for another job. Freelance is hard. Yeah. And so I was really interested in doing something that had more stability and insurance, which would have been a first. And so at the same time as I was just sort of looking for a new career trajectory, because I'm a really social person with a very large network of friends, I am the person that people would call to say, what is going on tonight?
Where do we go?
Yeah, where do we go? What's happening? What do we do?
What's popping?
But what isn't even where do we go? My calls would be like, Jordan, what's going on tonight? People are not inviting me to go someplace. They are calling me so that I can tell them where they should go.
All right.
And so I thought, I love this city. I'm passionate about this. I love being able to help people find what's great about Hartford. So I started looking around for places where I could continue to work at Six Flags a little bit, because I still wanted to keep that pyrotechnic thing in play. Good money for oversight, and it was fun. And I saw a job listing for the Greater Hartford Welcome Center. And it was through the Arts Council at the time, and I thought this could be something. This could take my knowledge and my interest in what's going on in Hartford and make it something that's, you know, an actual job. So I went to the Greater Hartford Arts Council, and I managed the Welcome Center full time. Well, I started part time, but
so that was your foray into.
It was the bridge between stage managing on a stage and stage managing in a city. And
who was the mayor at the time?
Mayor Mike when I started there.
Oh wow, okay.
So, you know, it's funny, this administration, not with my current job, this is my 5th mayor doing this kind of work. And the person that I was working directly for at the Arts Council was starting this new organization, this Hartford Business Improvement District, and was doing the work to establish a special services district in the commercial business district in Hartford. And I assisted him with some of the marketing pieces around that push to establish this organization. And it went through. It was effective. I stayed on and did committee work with him. In the beginning, Mike Zaleski, who's now at Riverfront Recapture. And then after almost maybe about a year, he was able to talk to the board of directors about the importance of bringing on someone who was specifically looking at marketing Hartford. And he was able to bring me on to do that.
I see. So where do you have a physical office?
Oh, yeah. So we office at State House Square.
Oh, okay.
In downtown Hartford.
90 State House Square. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I worked there for a couple of years. There used to be a great Thai restaurant in that food court.
Yes. Oh my God, that place was
good. And
so
then
good.
Who was the guy that there was like a French guy or a French restaurant? He had the bread.
Le Petit Chef.
Le Petit Chef.
Oh, so good.
So good.
I miss him. That place was. I mean, there's still some really good places. There's a new Jamaican restaurant that's good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
There was. My friend has offices there, and I had to go there for a deposition, and I was like, oh man, I was there from like.
Do you remember the Cookie Man?
I was there from like mid aughts. I was like 2006 to 2008.
Oh, yeah, no, the cookie guy I think was already gone. But
it's hard to make a go down there because it's during the day. You get like this surge from like 11 to 2 during the week.
It's getting better. I mean, it was significantly easier, obviously, pre-pandemic before people were
Morton's
embracing
was there, right? Remember Morton's was there?
I do. I have some friends who worked at Morton's. Yeah, you know, the city's been through so much transition. I think about the fact that Black Eyed Sally's is the longest.
Still there.
It's the longest opera. They just celebrated their anniversary.
It's good.
30 years. It's still great. It's
same
still
owners?
great. Same owner. He owns the building too. So like he is.
But is he an operator? Like, is he involved with the restaurant?
Oh, absolutely. James is
James is his name?
Yeah, James Verano. He's
maybe I should have him on here.
Oh, you should. He's so
good personality.
Yeah, he really
James,
is.
what's his last name?
Verano.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
See, his wife. I've washed her hair.
Oh, I see. That's so funny. Yeah. He. I like going there. I think it's a good place.
Yeah, it's great.
My kids like it there. Mm-hmm. We go there sometimes. So, I see. So they're one of the oldest that's down there, right?
It's the oldest restaurant right now in Hartford. And the fact that I was at in downtown Hartford.
Is it older than Max? Is Max on Main and all that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, in its current location, yes.
Oh, it's correct, because I think he started in like 86 or something in the other location.
James, I mean, Max as a restaurant group has been around longer, but Max Downtown has not been 90s, in that location.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's Black Eyed. And again, you know, I'm 51 years old. The fact that I was at their opening blows my mind.
Wow. Yeah, I remember you and I are almost the same age. I just turned 50, and I remember I moved here I grew up in the New Haven area and then went to college in DC and then came back in 1997 and moved to Hartford right on the corner of Farmington and Imlay. You know where that is?
Yeah.
I bought a condo there and I went to law school from 97 to 2000.
So you were at UConn? I
was at UConn.
So we've probably been to the Spigot together. I mean, I would assume that, like, yes.
100% our paths have crossed. Yeah, so from 97 to 2000, I was at UConn and lived there and then, you know, started practicing here. So I was at Black Eyed Sally's then. I was also with Ichiban when it was down at the Bushnell, if you remember that. Do you remember that? It was at the Bushnell Towers, like the building there. He used to be underneath there.
I don't remember that. I mean, I remember the little shops that used to be under there. There was a little gourmet market that we used to go to.
Ichiban was there.
Wow, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
And then he moved to the West End, and it's still one of my favorite places.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot his name, but he remembers me, and he takes such good care of me.
They're so sweet in there.
They're very nice, and the food is really good.
Yeah, it is really good.
He gets good sushi, so it's always packed. I'm sad that Tessane didn't make it.
Transition.
I know, but that was good food.
I know, it was.
It was good food. My wife, we were dating, before we were married, she lived right behind Ichiban, and we used to hear the music.
My brother lived on that street too.
Yeah, Whitney or
no, that one's
Kenyon.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah. And so she, we used to hear whatever was the gay night was like the best music, and so we just like opened the window and listened.
That's awesome.
It was great.
That was a terrific name. I mean, it's still a great neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, yes. And there's
during that period of, because I moved back here about 96 also.
What was the name of the? It was that year too. Before it was Wine and Cheese. What was the name of it?
Cheese and Stuff.
Cheese and Stuff. Oh my god.
So it's Cheese and Stuff and Bagel East.
Yes.
I mean, I am thrilled that Tangiers is there now, though, because
I gotta
they
have
are the
those guys
nicest.
on.
Oh my! They would love that. I'm sure.
You think all three of them?
Yeah, absolutely. All three of them, all 11 of them. Get the whole family.
Well, I know the three of them, but they're always like, I always go in there and I'm like, how did three kids become so handsome? Like
every single human person in that family is beautiful.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, who just somebody.
And again, it's awkward to say because we're like they're friends now.
No, I know. But I would say that. So I'm like, look at these guys. Like it's like they're made out of a factory.
Could not be kinder,
and their hummus is lights out.
100%. Everything is perfect.
Sam, you got to go there. It's in the West End, and it's.
We will immediately following this.
You should go.
We will get in the car and we will go there.
So they're a Lebanese family. The three guys are like strikingly handsome, and they're kind and they're good. They're good Hartford people for purposes of the area. Like they've always committed to it, and they make Middle Eastern food, and they sell stuff that's imported from the Middle East.
So good.
And their hummus is like, you eat it, you're like, oh, who made this?
Oh, it's perfect.
And they can make you shawarma.
Oh, and the baklava is like, I mean, really, there isn't a single thing they make that isn't perfect.
That's a really, really good thing. So what's like a shortened way to say what you do? Are you like the chief marketer for Hartford? Is that like the...
So my industry, urban place management.
So what does that mean exactly?
So what that means, there's a couple of different ways that I can effectively describe it. What the organization is, we're a quasi-governmental agency. Okay. We are a special services district. So we are authorized to exist by state statute and municipal code. There's lots of legislation that we have to follow. But effectively, the city of Hartford grants our organization the ability to act independently. So we are a political subdivision of the city of Hartford.
Oh, I see.
We operate primarily from a fund that is derived from additional tax assessment paid from the 101 property owners who own properties in our 60 block district.
I see.
So we provide special services over those 60 blocks that we manage in cleanliness, public safety, marketing, events, placemaking, and advocacy.
And how many employees do you have?
There are employees of our organization, 4. Three of us are in the office. There's myself as the executive director. We have a director of placemaking and events. We have a director of marketing, and then we have an employee who their job 40 hours a week. It is all that they do. They don't office with us. They work from home. Is put events on the Hartford.com calendar. There are so many things to do in Hartford that job requires a full-time person to put those events on our calendar.
Wow. So we need to dig into this because I lived in Hartford for many years. I go into Hartford a lot. I think there's a lot of hidden gems in Hartford.
We'd like them to be less hidden.
No, I know, right? But, it's so like, what are your like in terms of obviously we know the Bush, we know Hartford Stage, we know Theater Works.
Sure.
Non-pareil, like just without equal. Like they're excellent, things there in terms of our arts. Our the arts that we offer, and as a theater person, they're exceptional. We really have some top-notch stuff there. So we have arts. Then let's talk food, right? So is there any truth to the rumor that Carbone's is coming to the theater across from
absolutely.
Yeah, that's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so Carbone's, for people that don't know, was like an old school restaurant on Franklin Avenue for years. Tableside Caesar, Bananas Foster Tableside, I think they did, maybe Cherry's Jubilee, like an old school time.
There was definitely something that was on fire.
Without fire, right. So it's like an old school.
Again, big fan.
Big fan, right? Red Sauce Italian place is coming to the theater that was across from the convention center. So then you have all the convention center stuff. Obviously, we attract a lot of conventions because it's cheaper than hosting in New York or to Boston. It's convenient, lots of parking, and we have that convention space. In terms of food, we have, we talked about Black Eyed Sally's. And then what about some of the smaller ethnic places? What do you like for the... I mean, obviously, we're not going to. This is not to the exclusion of anybody else. I'm just talking to highlight a couple of others. I don't want to get in any trouble here.
No, not at all. And it's interesting. So even though we do our supplemental services in clean, safe events and placemaking in our 60 blocks, our marketing, we market the entire city.
Right.
I don't think there's any value in only highlighting a small section of a city that's 18 square miles.
Right.
I mean, like we can absolutely show you everything there is in the full city. I think one of the things that makes Hartford so amazing is the diversity of the food that's offered. So with over 47 different languages spoken in the city of Hartford, I mean, it's an extremely diverse place, and that level of diversity is reflected in the food that you can buy here, that you're not limited to someone's thoughts about what Peruvian food is. You have Peruvian families who are cooking this food for you.
Coro.
I mean, it is an extraordinary place to be able to eat. So there are lots of very well-established restaurants.
What do you like? Give me a couple that you like that people should go see. Like Piolín, obviously.
So Piolín is amazing.
Piolín.
Obviously,
that's Peruvian.
Again, Tangiers, it's Peruvian.
Tangiers.
Coro. Coro is West Hartford.
Oh, it's West Hartford, but it's right there.
It's so close.
Right, you could sneeze.
Yes, it's true. So some of the places that we go, I love El Mercado on Park Street. So El Mercado is
I know that place.
So it's a supermarket. But it also has all these, pre-food halls. It has stalls, but Colombian, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Mexican, like, so you can sort of travel all of these different places in this one area.
How about Banana Brazil?
Banana Brazil is great.
Park.
There's
that's great.
Yeah, there's the less formal chiasaria, so you're not going in. It's not white tablecloth. You're not
flipping your chip down. Yeah.
But you can stand in line and you can get the buffet, and
they have basically, it's a Brazilian buffet, and they have a coal grill, right? Coal, and they have like 30 types of meat just there, and you're like, I want some chicken livers, I want some chicken hearts. I
always want lamb.
You want lamb? I lamb the lamb.
Oh
guy.
yeah.
I want the lamb chops, and then you weigh it, and then you just go to your table when you're done, and they have all kinds of juices.
Weigh it. It's wild.
It's wild. It's delicious food. Delicious. That's a hole in the wall.
So I like places like that. Yeah. Obviously, there's just spectacular Jamaican food, but not just Jamaican.
What's the Lion's Den? Is it?
There's the Lion's Den. There's Dunn's River.
Dunn's
There's
River.
the Scots Jamaican bakeries.
It's just really good Jamaican food. Like the place that's the Lions one is run by Rastas, I think. Rastafarians.
Yeah, so that's vegetarian or
vegan.
Vegan. Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's another great place.
I mean, again, like the variety is spectacular.
No, it is. You can really get some good stuff. It's almost like Queens, like in that way, but spread out.
Yeah, the first time I did a leadership fellowship in New York, and one of the places we visited was I'm blanking on the name. I don't know. It was very multi-ethnic neighborhood. And there are certain places that I get to visit in other cities that remind me so much of Park Street or the North End in the best possible ways.
I have an idea that just came to my mind, Sammy. With my son, who's a foodie too, the theater kid. Let's do some food reviews of like Hartford's hidden gems, and we can.
Can I take you on a? Okay,
let's do this.
Okay, so
like
David Panagor and I became friends when he first got to the city, and I said, welcome to the city. I'd like to take you on my neighborhood food tour. And so every time new people start or I meet someone, I put them in my car and I drive them around, and we go to ACA Foods, which is this amazing, it's just a grocery store in the North End, but it's like they have the best hot sauce collection.
Oh, I can imagine. Like I go to Seatown in New Britain, and it's like the best hot sauce ever.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's one of those things that's like, it's not a hidden gem to the people who live in that neighborhood.
No, it's their grocery store.
The reason that that it's not more widely visited, you should just go there and shop.
Adong
is, always on my tour. Again, technically not in Hartford.
Right.
However, I feel like that's one where we can plant the flag. I claim you in the name of Hartford.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's right on the periphery. Like it's right there. So
I was just at Shoe 2 days ago. They're my favorite Chinese restaurant.
Shoe.
My God.
Call it deep end of the pool eating is Chef Zhang in Farmington. It consistently wins awards in a strip mall where Nordstrom Rack is near the mall.
Oh, the place where Chinapan used to be.
Yes.
Okay.
Which was great.
Yeah.
But this is, you go in there and it's filled with local Chinese people, and it's like then they have a special part of the menu. It says American Chinese food.
Oh, I don't want that ever.
No, but you want the other stuff. But the other stuff is deep end of the pool stuff. Like
So
you have to be
if
like.
there is a skull and crossbones and a warning next to it, I want it.
No, but
like,
this is stuff that's like, this is people that like live in, and of course, and the big joke is right in China. What do people say in China? They don't go out for Chinese food. They just go to a restaurant, right? It's funny.
Well, so like this exact thing is one of the things that I say a lot when I'm talking about Hartford is that due to our size, we may not have 10 Middle Eastern restaurants, right? But we have the one you would continue to go back to
That's right.
after you tried the other 10.
That's
so
right.
we may not have the
That's right.
the quantity, but the quality here is, I am 100% convinced, is unparalleled.
No, that's right. You can get some really, really good stuff. And any others that come to mind?
I just love to eat. I still go to Mazzucato's constantly.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. My wife loves that pizza that you get, that square thing.
With that sort of Sicilian style, not a lot of cheese.
Cold. She likes to eat it cold.
Yeah, it's so weird, but it's so good.
It's so good.
But we've been going there again since I was a kid.
You know what I miss? I used to represent them, and I'm very good friends with the family. Danny's coming on our thing. Is D&D Market? Remember D&D?
I mean, I still go, but I'm like, I get a little, I get a little sore about the fact that they moved. But yeah, I mean, they, I still do a lot of my mom is Italian, my dad's Ukrainian, so I do all of my like Christmas shopping, food shopping there.
Panettone.
That I'm not as big a fan of, but like all of the charcuterie stuff. So we're getting Brasiola and just all of the meats and cheeses from them.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So that was a different time there. And there was another Italian restaurant I used to go there. What was the one that Allura?
I can like see the.
Yeah.
We used to go to Costa del Sol a lot.
Costa del Sol was the best of the best of the best. That paella.
Oh my gosh.
Changed my life.
100%.
Right, and we'd get this. We'd go there so much. We even went when our son was like 1 or 2 years old. They knew us so well. We just sat down and the food came. You'd start, right? We each I love their iced tea. They're really good iced tea. Then you'd get that salad, right? Then we'd get the octopus with the paprika on it.
So I used to do the shrimp with the paprika.
All right, but that paprika, right?
Yeah. God.
And by the way, the consistency was the same. It was like McDonald's in the sense that it was, you go to
Their
one, it's the same.
Desserts were great. Like
right, the chocolate mousse. Did you ever get that in the cup?
I don't think so. I think there was like a fruity, I can't remember, but like.
The fruity one. But then with that paella de la casa.
So good.
And of course, Pepe was his name. The guy, the owner.
I don't remember.
How did that place go out of business?
There was how they retired. I mean, like people retire.
But I mean, I would have found somebody and say, here's the keys to the kingdom.
But like, when is it ever the same? You know,
no, they were. You'd go 3 years later and do the same. By the way, the same waitresses and waiters.
Yeah, there was a not Peruvian restaurant. There was a Portuguese restaurant on Park Street we used to go to all the time. There were two waiters, twins. Then they expanded into what was El Porto.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So and then that now is.
But now we go to Primavera.
Primavera is great. And again, so down home. Like there's something that's so cool about this.
He's great. He's a friend of mine. And like we go there to watch soccer sometimes.
Yeah. And that's one of those sort of really old school, like first and last, but only the one in Hartford.
But Primavera, he the Portuguese food. We go there with my son, and we get a big bowl of clams that are just cooked in butter, shallots, and garlic.
Good.
And you're just eating it, and you're delirious. And then the little bistecca, what are they called? The bread with the little piece of meat on it.
A little chorizo.
The pork, a little chorizo. Oh my God, it's so good. That place is so good.
I mean, you could. For a city that is 18 square miles, the amount and the variety of food that you can eat for very little money is.
What if we do this,
so
Sammy?
good.
Let's do this.
We'll
go with her.
And
then you can push it. We can do it as like a marketing thing because you and I both love food. We both have good following. Let's put it out there. Let's go to we'll pick the 5 best places that we like, or or whatever. But we can do this, and we'll go and you can film it, and we'll eat like amazing food.
I'm so excited.
There's awesome. Really you go there. We get the thing of clams. You eat one of those. You drink the bowl of the juice.
It's ridiculous. But there's bread, so
and you dip it in, and you do. I just learned in Italian when you take the bread to mop it up, it's called fare la scarpetta, which means make the little shoe.
Oh, I like that. I mean, it's gross, but it's also great.
It's great, but that's what it's called. Like you just take it, you mop up the stuff, and
that's amazing.
There's so many good places. Oh my gosh. So now, who do you do you interface? You interface with the mayor, right? The mayor. How about on the state level?
Not as much. I mean, we are a hyper local organization.
I see. Okay.
So again, our constituency is the property owners, sort of. The way that we look at the structure of our work is The work that we do, our mission written down is a little more, it's a little more sort of corporate speak because, we work a lot with the corporate community. But what we do as an organization is that our aim is to improve the experience for every single person who sets foot in our district.
I see.
Whether that is the property owner or the line cook at Agave or the resident in one of the towers or the person who is experiencing homelessness or the person who's having a mental health crisis or suffering from drug addiction. We are here to improve their experience in whatever way we're capable of.
Make life better.
To make life better for people. And the ways that we do that are through the cleanliness, public safety, marketing. We do a lot of social service interfacing. But we think about the work that we do as now being on behalf of the property owners. So they entrust us with this additional funding through a tax assessment. And the way that we do that, very much hand in hand with representatives from that community, is to provide these other services that are going to make people feel comfortable and welcome and warm and happy when they walk around in our district. And I cannot imagine what could be a better job than that.
Are you allowed to raise money too?
We can't. Yeah, we're a 501c3.
Right. So who does that? Is that you?
It would be, because we are such a small organization. Right. We just run out of time, and we have a stable funding base for the most part.
Of the people that always give.
Well, because again, it's not giving; it's a tax base.
Oh, a tax base.
Yeah. Right. So we have a very stable base of funding. There is some fluctuation, but it's not significant usually. And then our director of placemaking and events, Chip McCabe, he is extraordinary at what he does.
What's his name?
Chip McCabe.
Chip McCabe.
You should have him on too.
What does he do?
He is the director of placemaking and events.
Okay, for Hartford.
For our district.
For your
district. Our organization, yeah. So,
Chip McCabe.
Chip McCabe.
Sounds like a pitcher for like the Yankees or something.
Oh, not at all. So Chip's passionate about heavy metal music and horror movies and local music in general. So
cool.
Last year he produced 88 events.
Wow.
We love what we do, but we work ourselves to the ground. So we do 2 different live music series. We have one called Audio Feed. So we have music that we put on outdoors at State House Square every Tuesday at lunchtime, and then we move inside to the State House Square cafeteria Wednesdays. Every Friday on Pratt Street, we have 2 different bands that come in and play there. We just wrapped up Connecticut's only free outdoor horror movie series called Spooky Popcorn. And then we produce the Salsa Socials on Pratt Street.
Oh, that's how you know Kelsey Renfro, because there's something on Pratt Street.
Yeah, Kelsey and I knew each other. That we ended up working in the same.
That's right. I'm saying, because she does something with the Pratt Street landlord.
Yeah,
or
she's
something.
actually just moved.
Okay.
But yeah, we just knew each other from life.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, it was
so 80 something events.
88 events last year, and we also produced the Yukon Victory Parade. So anytime Yukon wins a championship, our organization produces that parade in 4 days.
Wow.
Including 100% of the fundraising.
But that's exactly why you're perfect for this. Because like the theater and the stage production, like that's just like the kind of, for lack of a better word, clusterfuck that like
we thrive on.
That literally you do your best work.
100%. Right.
But you're like this is too put together. I need it to be like you need the wheels to be coming off.
Okay, so
and then you want to put it back. No, but like you like the point is like you have all the parts on the ground, and I'm like, you got to do this in 4 days. You're like, I got this.
Well, and the funny thing is, so I've done. Or our organization has done, I think, 15 of these parades. So, at this point, it almost feels like old hat.
Yeah.
But for the last three, I haven't even been in the state. And Chip has done 100% of it. And I have gotten to come in and be like, what a beautiful parade you made. And just sort of soak up the feeling of being there and all that 4
excitement. Days. But you got to put everything down and just do that.
It ruins our lives for like 4 days. However, it's great.
It's great because it's
very
UConn,
exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like the
And do you do Jazz Fest in the park?
No. So we promote that, but that's a totally separate organization. They have their own, and the Monday Night Jazz is a different organization. There are a lot of separate event
and then
producers.
all the food. There was like an Asian festival coming to the riverfront.
All of those things happen through Riverfront Recapture.
Riverfront Recapture. Mm-hmm. All right. And you guys work with them a little bit?
I mean, a little bit. Because again, they're executive director, and I worked together for 11 years. We support their events through our marketing, but they have their own staff in terms of the cleaning, and so they really are a separate entity. We go and we enjoy all of the events that they put on, and we help to promote them.
Wow. This is great. I can't believe the 80 events.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Right. How about, do you do anything with the carousel in Bushnell Park?
I ride it, and it is amazing. So the Bushnell Park is technically out of our district.
Oh, it is.
But we're, we work closely with the folks who are entrusted with the care of the carousel, and I'm good friends with a couple of people who are on the board.
We just had
there.
my daughter's birthday party there.
It's
really
great.
good. It's a really nice thing.
Good.
It's over 100 years old.
And it has it's the sister carousel to that one is the one that's in Central Park.
That's right. Yeah, right. And these,
with those
and I love
horses.
the story. My son, when he was much younger, went down a rabbit hole and was obsessed with this. And then, of course, we learned everything about it. And a lot of them were Jewish immigrants that came to
Solomon
Coney Island.
Goldstein?
Right. Yeah. And they came to like Coney Island or whatever. And these were artisans, and they would carve them by hand. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Those are, and the ones there are just made out of wood. And then, of course, there's a great carousel museum in Bristol, which has some of the horses from there. But that's a really, so there's a lot. I mean, how about, do you do the fireworks, or is that Riverfront Recapture?
So Riverfront no longer does fireworks on the river. There's a different organization that does fireworks, usually for the 4th of July, and 2 different shows on New Year's, through First Night. Breakfast, Lunch, and Dinner is the umbrella organization that runs that. So we work with a lot of different event producers. Chip sits on the city's events task force so that he's able to, share and help out with other organizations, sort of bridging that gap between an event organizer and HPD and DPW. And so we do a lot of connecting in that way and providing information and just making sure that everybody is set up to win.
So if you had to, like, as we're winding down here, if you had to tell people like that were thinking about either moving here, visiting here, like, what would be your message for them?
Well, Hartford has it.
Hartford has it. You already have that, right? Yeah. But what specifically does it have?
One of the things that I love about this city is I love the size. We are a very small market city. And so having an understanding of the fact that we are not Boston and we are not New York, nor will we ever be either one of those places for a variety of different reasons. But the thing that Hartford provides as a market this size is that if you look for it, you can find almost anything that you want. I mean, Hartford has it. I coined that phrase because I believe it. Because
is that you that made
yes.
it? Wow.
Yeah.
You're the Hartford has it woman.
I am the Hartford has it person. So like it or hate it, that's me. But because I truly believe that, like, Hartford has always had everything I could possibly have wanted. And because of its size, if it wasn't here, I can make it. And there is something that is so exciting about being in an environment that wants to help people create, that wants to help people thrive, that's small enough that you can do that, is unbelievably exciting to me. And I think that sometimes I've heard some feedback from folks who move here that it's sort of hard to break into those circles. And I think that is somewhat of a misnomer, because I think that almost all of us who are so in love with the city, like it's a family member, we want to meet those people. And like all they would need to do is come up and shake a hand and say like, I'm interested in Hartford. And they would have 45 new best friends who only wanted to help them succeed.
I love it. This is great. Well, listen, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
And I promise you, because Sammy does this full time for us, this will happen.
I'm so excited.
This will happen because I have a huge passion for food.
Me too.
And I think it's a great way to market some of the great stuff in Hartford. Let's pick out a 5 restaurants that we both agree on, and then we got to obviously call the restaurants. Got to get their permission. We set up a tripod and get the camera going, and we order a bunch of good food, and we like talk about it and promote the restaurant and get them some likes and hopefully some visitors. But I think we should start with Primavera.
Okay.
Because I know the owner. I'll get us in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
like I said, I'm friends with the guys down at Tangiers. So if we want to do that one, we'll just call them.
We'll do Tangiers. We got to get a Jamaican place. We got to get an Asian place.
I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. No, and we'll just go and eat, and we'll put out some good content.
I'm serious. 5 is just too limiting. I feel like we're gonna have to.
I'll keep going. It's fine with me. I have the budget for it. So for food, my food budget's bigger than almost any budget I have.
Oh, it's so funny.
So let's do that.
Dabawala. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Oh. Yes.
And Dabawala is this is just my nerding out about. So it's Indian, but it is a longtime Hartford family. So
really?
The guy who opened it is the father of the man who owns Capital Spirits, His name is Ankit in Hartford, but also Shere Khan in New Haven.
Shere Khan is one of my favorite restaurants in the world.
Well, Ankit, did you hear that? Yes, it is
Oh,
spectacularly.
so there's a place in New Haven and the Yale, kind of right off the Yale campus, right there, called Shere Khan.
Good,
and it's high end Indian street food.
Yeah,
like
oh,
first of all,
those,
it's
like
spicy
okra
as
chips.
shit.
Oh my god!
Like I was sitting there, I was
been
like
swearing this whole time.
Oh yeah, fuck. No, but like, yeah, we swear. But like literally, I was there and the food was so good. I was just like, I'm dying, and I love hot food.
Me too.
But
we are gonna get along famously.
Shere
I'm very
Khan
excited.
is so good. Like one of the best restaurants around, and they owned it. This is
So it's Ankit's father is the one that owned, or that. So they're when they came here, and forgive me to the family if I'm misquoting, but when they came here as in a newly immigrated family, Ankit's dad was running like fried chicken places, like the Ranch House and the wings, but the chicken place that was on Union Station that served the bars. For a while. So they, he opened up in these other places, but he wanted to have an Indian restaurant. And so after opening those restaurants, he ended up opening Taste of India in Avon, which was my first Indian food. And then working towards opening, Dabawala, I think, was sort of a joint effort.
That's
between
the one right
some
out
of
of
the other
Asylum
family
there,
members.
right?
It's like tucked back. It's
near
mostly takeout,
the photo store.
Their food is great.
That's really good food. Oh my god, we have so many different options.
So excited.
Oh my god, we'll do this, and then we can push it out on our respective Instagrams.
Be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be good. All right, Jordan, and then thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is so fun.
And the final question is. Oh. I know you said Chip, and could you give me another name besides Chip of somebody who's one of your guys, like or women, guys gender neutral that you say who should be on here, who'd be a good guest to talk to? Chip, obviously.
So Chip is great. We also, which we could probably do this for 10 hours.
10 hours.
The other side of our organization is the public safety and cleanliness side of it. So Rodney Crockett, who is our director of operations, he and I have known each other for over 20 years. We came up in this industry together. Rodney Crockett.
Another good name.
He is, again, just an extraordinary human being.
Oh, okay.
And knows more about. This is one of those people that when you walk down the street, he brings such joy to everybody. He's got this huge, big personalities. Saying hello, I'm always like, we walk past somebody, they, big hellos, all this stuff. Do you know them? No, I've never seen them before in my life. But
I love guys like that.
Yeah, he is just
Rodney Crockett.
Rodney Crockett.
All right,
and he
send him a message.
Manages or oversees all of our public safety and clean streets operations, and also takes care of the oversight of the 12 people that we employ. Not mostly, but we employ a fair amount of second chance folks through our ambassador program, and both of us have really dedicated our lives to making sure that these guys have good jobs and great experiences. And
awesome. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
And I look forward to our first one. We're going to try to go to Primavera, and then this will be a good series, and we're happy to fund it and then produce it for you, and then you guys can use it as well, because there's so many great places, and I'm big on Hartford, and Hartford, having Hartford be strong and people come here is sort of helps us and makes it a better place to live. So thank you.
Thank you.